The G-20 summit in Toronto over the weekend made it very clear the U.S. and Europe have very different ideas about government spending. We partner with the FT now to bring you Lex on Bloomberg so you can get a sneak peek at the Financial Times flagship column. A day early, Luke Templeton joins me now live from London. Luke, President Obama went into this summit wanting governments to commit to more stimulus. The Europeans said, wait a minute, it's time to cut deficits. They're both saying that they got what they wanted out of this. Which way is the better way?
Yeah, well, ideally you want to spend your way out of a recession, but right now Europe doesn't have a choice. During the boom years, it lived too far above its means for too long, and that means that now that it can't afford to spend its way to recovery. Now we have countries such as Greece and Portugal and Ireland, which have contributed to big sovereign debt fears. Now what that means for the debt markets is that lenders want to see a coherent plan for spending reduction before they're willing to lend countries money at reasonable rates. Now, if the markets want to see a plan for spending reduction that is sort of more weighted towards raw debt cuts rather than assumed levels of growth, which may or may not appear in the future.
Luke, it's almost as if given a choice between listening to President Obama and the bond vigilantes, the Europeans really don't have any choice. How about the U.S., though? The U.S. continues to have a high deficit as a percentage of GDP, a mounting federal debt. Where do they go?
Yeah, well, I mean, compared to Europe, the US has a much deeper and much more robust economy. The US growth this year should be around 3%. That's more than double European growth. And for that reason, the US can afford to not worry about its AAA rating for the moment, as it should have a little bit more growth. Now, what that means for Obama is that he's more focused on unemployment right now, and the best way to create jobs is to try and spend more money. So I think we saw coming out of the G20 that everyone has the same goal of reduced unemployment and greater growth, but there are going to be a lot of different paths they take to get there.
All right, Luke, thanks for the wrap-up on the G20. That's Luke Templeman, a Lex writer for the FT in London.